All right. Hello, 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 hello. Sean Brady, regular wine guy, doing a whole bunch of fun stuff and getting ready for a whole bunch of fun with Jaton Gunter, my man out in California. I'm here in the Midwest, but he's out there. But we know we have in common, besides the enjoyment of wine, Trader Joe's. That's right. Trader Joe's. So we found a couple of wines not only at my Trader Joe's, but also at his Trader Joe's that we can share and taste at the same time simultaneously. And we're going to do that live on Wednesday the 13th, about 5 p.m. Central. So wanted to let you know a little bit about that. But you are interested and probably saw in the title, choosing a wine at Trader Joe's. And it's not just Trader Joe's. It could be anywhere. It could be at your local grocery store. It could be at your wine shop. All these different things that go into it. How do we choose with the thousands and thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of wines that are out there? It ain't easy. Not at all. But I've done a couple things to help us all out. So if you have the Vivino app, and you can see it up on the little thing here behind me, there that goes, right? Sean J. Brady on Vivino. So I do my reviews, but I also love to do some sort of pairing with food. So if you would, follow me there because you'll get different insights on the wine, my perception of it, but also what it might, that particular wine might be good to eat with, what to serve with it, what to nosh on, all that fun stuff. So check it out on Vivino. And that is another thing I like to do before I go into any store is make sure I have my app ready, the internet connected, so I can easily search things up and is actually use that app. What is the crowd saying about a wine that I may be wanting to drink? Because, you know, even a $10 bottle of wine, you don't want to just throw $10 away, even at Trader Joe's, because they will let you return wine if it's a terrible bottle. But why waste the effort when you can have a little more surety going with it? So we picked out a couple of wines. One I was really excited about because unbeknownst to Jaton is that Tara in the checkout at our store number 693. Hey, Mel, how you doing? Mel's one of the managers over there. One of the things that she even said, and she didn't even know about this live tasting that we're going to do on our own. She's like, oh, that's one of my favorites. It's my go-to. We like a go-to reference. That's a double thumbs up right there without even looking at the ratings. So talking to people and communicating. But in these times of, you know, social distancing and stuff like that, we don't always have the ability to do that. So hopefully this will give you guys some guidance and gals give some guidance on what you might want to choose. But taking a step back, and I told Jenny this before we started. When you go into any store, know what your own personal rating system is. I developed my own. I use the 5-star rating. Sean, what's a star rating? You know, you can kind of tell on Vivino, right? And it goes up to 5 stars, and you'll see on bottles there's points, right? That will go up to 100 points. Typically, that can be a good indicator. It cannot be, because I've had wines that are rated pretty high, like 90, 92. That's a very good rating. That's in the top 10%, sometimes less, of highly rated wines in the world. So I've had some that are like, it's okay. I've had stuff that wasn't rated at all that was, you know, pretty dang good and pretty tasty, and I liked it a lot better. But that was to my palate. So in using the Vivino app, I always like to use things that are to my palate and possibly my wife, Michelle, because, you know, we're going to be sharing a bottle together. So I always look for, well, what am I going to enjoy and what am I going to enjoy it with? Maybe it's a big steak. Maybe it's a burger. Maybe it's fish. Maybe it's chicken. Maybe it's a salad. Maybe it's just fruit. Who knows? Either way, that's where it comes important of knowing what you're going to be eating it with, and then also what your personal preferences are. Some people like a little softer wine. Some people like a little drier wine, like me. Either way, just like I always say about personal finance, it's personal. And you knowing your palate is going to make a huge difference in getting guidance from people at any store, whether it be a wine store, at Trader Joe's, to your local grocery store, or even somebody just asking, talking to in the aisle. Once you know your palate and your own rating system, you're going to do a lot better. So my rating system is pretty simple, and I'll put it in the show notes below. But it's simply this. If it's 3 stars, you know, I would drink that wine again. However, I might not buy it again. If somebody served it to me, of course I'm going to drink it. I'm not going to say no, right? 3.5 stars. This is where I start putting my money where my mouth is, literally. And I will buy that bottle again. 4 stars, we're getting a little more. It's like, you know what? I would buy 3 more bottles of that. Now that's kind of a tipping point. If it's getting higher than 4 stars, 4.5 and 5 stars, I don't think I've ever really rated anything 5 stars. 4.5 is really high. That means I want to buy 6 bottles or more, because it's like, oh, I want to share this with friends when I can get back together, maybe for a party or something like that. Maybe even make it a house wine. 5 stars, that's just, oh my gosh, this is blowing my mind. And I got to buy as much as my budget allows, because sometimes wine can get kind of crazy and expensive. So I always put that caveat on all of these star ratings, as my budget allows. So that's why we like to do a lot of wines under $10, just like we're doing at Trader Joe's, because we found some great ones. I picked out some. Jaton found the same ones at his store out in San Francisco. So it's really cool. We're really excited about doing that. We're going to do that Wednesday, January 13th. And Jaton, for those that don't know, he's a fabulous guy, just a wine taster. He's on Instagram all over the place. He's got his channels. He's got his black wino gear, and just a sommelier of a second degree, and just really, really cool guy. I met him when I was out in San Francisco 3 or 4 years ago, and just really, really a good guy. And like me, a common sense approach to wine. Do you like it? That's all that really matters. It doesn't have to be something that's highbrow or highfalutin or anything like that. Are you going to enjoy it with what your life is, and the foods you like to eat, and the people you like to be with? That's all that really matters. And that's what we like to do, share our wine experiences with you. So if that's all interested, thanks for tuning in. We'll put more notes and posts about this as the date gets closer. But hey, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, we may not see you in person, but we're always going to see you right here on social media. Thanks for watching.